I'm a little speechless because I'm just like, why would you call into his show? I mean, he's saying the truth to you. He's telling you things that you actually need to hear. But if you didn't want to hear it, why did you call in? And why do people continue to call in? Why do women continue to call in?
Yo, what's up, YouTube? My name is Chisha Zed. I am back in here again with another episode of Chisha Zed and Friends. We've got Felici back in the building.
Hello everyone. How's it going?
I'm doing good. How's everything been with you?
Doing good. Doing pretty good.
Weird story today, man. Weird story. So we have a petition that was created because people want to, well, really it's just a few sensitive people want to remove Kevin Samuels. You know, let me read the actual title of this petition. It reads, remove Kevin Samuels from YouTube and Instagram, right? It was funny to me at first. And then I went to go check out this petition because I said, you know what? You know, this might be something serious. And lo and behold, the petition is struggling. The goal is...
That's surprising.
Why is it surprising? You think people...
I thought more people would have want to sign up for it.
Well, let me say this, man. It's at like 8K. The goal is 10K. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But with as much hype as the whole petition thing is getting, you think that it would have reached its goal by now.
Yeah. How long has the petition been out?
I'm not sure exactly how long it's been out, but I know it's been like more than like 2 days or so since I've actually saw O'Shea talk about it on his YouTube page. And I didn't know I was going to actually make a video about it, right? But right off the bat, I thought to myself, you know what? Let me go see what this is actually about. Oh, here's what really got my attention. I was scrolling through Instagram and Meg, right? More with Meg, Megan, you guys know her. She actually shared it on her story and was kind of like, I might do a video about this. And she thought it was kind of ridiculous too. And I thought to myself, let me go see the actual post. I clicked on the post on Instagram and it had like hella likes, but the majority of the comments were women. This is what's surprising about this, were women who were basically like, this is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous.
They were basically saying like, if you guys want to stop Kevin Samuels, then stop calling into his show. You know what I mean?
That is the big point right there. Anytime I see women calling into the show and they get just so offended, I'm just like, what made you think to call into the show? You know how he is on his show. You come in with this big attitude. You know he doesn't like this, yet you're going to still do exactly what you saw before, not learn from people's mistakes, and get mad that he cussed you out because you was being rude. Yeah.
No, I feel you. They really lost the battle right there. Just that alone, right? Just the fact that if you look at Kevin's show, women are calling in, right? It reminds me of a comment that somebody left on one of my YouTube videos. The guy said, is it fair to say that we treat women like children, basically, right? And I said, I agree. We do treat women like children. For example, the right thing to do if you were a person creating this petition would be create a petition of, I don't know, like content that's going to discourage women to calling because they're calling in themselves.
They are.
You're assuming that they're victims to Kevin Samuels' content. Why? Because, oh, it's luring them in. They're brainwashed. Oh, they can't think for themselves. Why do we treat women like children? Just right there, right, is a great example of why can't we hold those women accountable if they're wrong? Because I think they should call into Kevin Samuels. I think Kevin should be at 3 million, 10 million subscribers on YouTube. But if we're going off your perspective, why not address the women calling into Kevin Samuels? Why do we treat women like children, right?
Man, I agree with you 100%. Anytime I see these videos, I'm always just like, well, I'm a little speechless because I'm just like, why would you call into his show? I mean, he's saying the truth to you. He's telling you things that you actually need to hear. But if you didn't want to hear it, why did you call in? And why do people continue to call in? Why do women continue to call in?
I'll tell you what it is. They're calling in because it's the truth, right? They're hearing the truth for the first time in their lives. And it's a weird thing for a lot of modern women today who are actually calling into Kevin Samuels, that they're torn with this sisterhood. Because the natural thing is, like, a lot of black women especially have convinced themselves that if it somehow doesn't make me feel good, and it's coming from a black man or anybody other than a black woman, that it's not right. Exactly. So they're torn between that, like, you know what, maybe accepting accountability is something I need to work on. Maybe I need to lose some weight. But the other ones are saying, no, girl, that ain't right.
You don't have to do it. They're going to love you exactly for who you are. They need to love you for who you are. Exactly.
She was calling it social abuse. I wanted to talk about a couple of points that were actually made in the petition itself. And I'm really going to talk about the person. I found the lady that actually made the petition. And here's a couple of things she said. She said they are negatively targeting a group of women, and they are encouraging violence on black women.
No one's being a target if you're calling in. You're calling in. They are calling in to get his reactions, to get his opinion. And they're just mad that he didn't say what he liked, what they wanted to hear. They're mad they didn't hear what they wanted to hear from Kevin Samuels, because they must have thought they were different. But they're not a target. They're not a victim. You called into the show. You put yourself in that position. So next.
Again, this goes back to that whole thing of, like, treating women like children. It's obvious here. Kevin Samuels did something really incredible with his channel. If it's really interesting, right? Instead of just talking on the platform, and I honestly, as you could tell, I pick up kind of like the same things from him. Because I like to include women on my channel, because when you just have like an echo chamber of men saying the same things and no women bringing in a different perspective, you look like you might be crazy, right? Like, bro, do you have friends? You know what I mean? Like, you look a little bit suspicious when people just see you on a YouTube channel, and there's channels out there where it's just a guy talking, but you never actually see him having real conversations with real people. He changed the game when he decided, you know what? I'm going to allow black women to come in real time and actually, like, have these conversations with me, right? Now you can't really say shit unless if you're going to say these women themselves are wrong. Your problem isn't Kevin Samuels.
No.
They're not the majority. The men are not the majority, because this whole thing is like, yeah, black men, you know, all they know how to do. Something else she said is all they know how to do is hate on black women. I'm like, come on, man. The majority of people who are active, I bet you at this point on Kevin's channel are women.
Yes, I agree.
I think those are the majority of his supporters. Now, I want to also clarify that Kevin Samuels repeats, like, hey, this is a platform for men. And you might ask, how is it a platform for men if he's always talking about women? This is the point Kevin Samuels makes a lot of times in his videos. People go over there thinking they're too good for the men that Kevin Samuels is actually advocating for. Right? Because the majority of them go on there saying, I want six-figure man. He has to be like this. He has to be like, I said, no, chill out. How about the other guy who can give you a comfortable life, who is going to do his best to protect and provide? And also, listen, man, you're overweight. You need to work on your temper. You need to work on your masculine energy. A lot of those messages is saying, hey, there's a bunch of guys out here who you're overlooking because of your unrealistic expectations. Now, at the end of the day, you're not really overlooking them because they're not choosing you because of those unrealistic expectations. So still a channel for men. But I just thought that was crazy. Here's something interesting, too, that happened. I sent you a post of, like, the Instagram post that said, that they're going to cancel Kevin Samuels and whatever. Now, that specific post was actually posted by an Instagram channel called Spiritual World. If I remember correctly, Spiritual World, they've been kind of like trolling Kevin
Okay.
For a while now. I don't want to say this as like something that's definite. I know other people will be able to confirm this in the comment section if you're familiar with this Instagram page. I believe they've like trolled him, posted like pictures of him in the past, and people like clown and make jokes about those pictures.
How are they spiritual word, but they were like kind of trolling Kevin Samuels? That doesn't make any sense.
It makes a lot of sense, but it doesn't make sense. You're right.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. You're right. They're not supposed to be doing that.
Right.
Here's where it doesn't.
Spiritual words or like spiritual memes and stuff like that, but you're trolling somebody that you just don't like.
It points to this. It points to a lot of churches today are led by female empowerment type mindsets, right? The people who are organizing these churches, that's why there's no men in churches. It's a lot of feel good and not enough real practical advice. That's why black men aren't even going to these churches. Men in general aren't going to church like that. I've been to churches here in Southern California. The majority of people there are women. I see women left and right. They want to feel good. Yeah. Men are practical, right? And they're the ones who are paying the money. They're the ones who are putting in the offering. You're not going to bullshit a man. Women are more likely to fall for gimmicks, right? Yeah. Pastors are over there lying, cheating, scamming. Words. Yes, they're
saying certain words to kind of like mind trick them and brainwash them into believing certain things.
Exactly. They're fucking the girls in the church. Straight up. I don't even have to go into details for that. They're gaming you guys up. They're playing you, pumping, dumping you back in the pews.
Oh my God.
It's true. If you come to channels like myself and you go over there to Kevin Samuels' channel and you watch all the content in full form and you really listen to what I say and what you take is like, oh yeah, these guys are encouraging violence against black women. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it's
just ridiculous. I don't even know where they got that from.
I think it's just because like when women kind of get things in their brain, that one idea sticks and they're not listening to anything else after that. It's just like, oh, what? And that's their complete thought through it. They either stop the video or they just always pick out the worst things possible instead of actually listening to the things that they need to be accountable for. And that's kind of like what I talk about on my page, like a lot of accountability and stuff like that. I think women really...
By the way, you've been doing a great job with the women content, female content.
Thank you.
Really, I've been watching, so...
Thank you. But yeah, accountability is huge in women because I know this because I have, girlfriends and stuff like that. There are a lot of women that just will not accept what they did wrong. And it's not until someone is just like, no, this is what you did. Like one of their friends say, no, this is what you did wrong and you need to apologize and you need to accept that. They're not going to see it. I remember there was this one time I was with one of my friends and I was with my friend and her boyfriend. And we were like hanging out and stuff like that. And she did something. I'm not going to say what she did, but she did something. And, it kind of turned the situation a little awkward. And like, she kind of like walked out and I was just like, I walked out after her.
Why aren't you going to tell us what she did? Why are you leaving out the juicy part? Why are you doing that to her? What'd she do? She hit him, huh? She smacked him, huh?
She did.
I knew it. I knew it.
She popped him right in the nose and he started bleeding.
No. Yeah. Right in the nose?
She popped him right in the nose. He started bleeding. I was just like,
How did I know? I knew it.
I was so shocked. I was just like, what are you doing? And I took her outside. I was just like, no, you can't do that. I was like, you first of all, you did this in front of everybody. That's number one, disrespectful. Number two,
was it just you there or other people?
It was me, one of his friends.
There were multiple people there.
Yeah, it was me, her, him.
Did the cops come?
Friends. No, because I'm gonna say this. Oh my God.
You should have called the cops.
It's kind of crazy that I know this, but he kind of likes it when she does that. So instead of him getting upset, he kind of got turned on. Yeah. And so I was just like, it's still not okay because like you made him bleed. I was like, you need to go back inside and apologize. Like what you did was not okay.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. So. So yeah, that's what happened. I was like, still. She's like, oh, Mama, he likes when I do that. I was like, still, like, you guys do that in the bedroom if that's what y'all do and stuff like that. Whatever. Everybody has their own preferences in the bedroom. Cool, no problem. But like, you don't do this in front of people. Like, you made him bleed. You need to go back inside and apologize. Like, that was not okay. So she did. She went back inside. But if I wasn't there to say anything, she wouldn't have thought she did anything wrong. But I made sure to tell her. I was just like, nah, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat the truth just because, like, you want to be right. No, this was not okay.
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. What the fuck? I was not expecting that turn right there.
Yeah.
Like, plot twist. He liked that shit.
He did.
I'm like, whoa. All right. Well, let me say this, man. I have a question for you. If he hit her in the nose and made her bleed, would you have called the police?
I'm going to be honest. I don't.
If your friend, if you looked over and that dude was just like, boom, I probably didn't need to do the effects to it. They're going to come after me next.
I'm not going to cap. I probably would just be like, what the hell? And probably picked up the phone and been like.
And she was bleeding at the nose.
I'm not going to cap. Probably, yeah. But at the same time, I think I would look to my friend first and be like, I'm about to call the cops. What would you like me to do? Like, do you want a scene here or no? Would you like me to take out a knife or no? Are we going to hide the body together or no? What would you like me to do? But
probably better off just calling the cops. See, why do black people always want to grab knives and this?
I'm just exaggerating.
I know you are.
But if I'm gonna be completely honest, yeah, I probably would kind of pick up the phone and be like.
So let me ask you this: do you think that more women need to call the cops when they see men being physically treated in that way?
Yeah, I think it's a double standard.
And the reason why I don't want to use the word,
I think it's a double standard. Why is it okay that women can do that to men, and it's not like as bad as it would be for a man to do that to a woman? I don't know if it's because, he's bigger or like he's stronger. And so, what can the small woman do? Apparently they can't do a lot because saw the guy bleed. But like,
that's crazy, man.
I do think it's a double standard. And I think women need to be more accountable for putting their hands on men. Like that's not okay. Like nobody should be putting their hands on anybody. Nobody on anybody.
Guys, no. don't let that be you. You know what I mean? Don't tolerate it. And
don't tolerate
another
it.
Another thing too is don't even allow the play fighting stuff.
Mm-hmm. That's usually kind of where it starts. Like, fight, blah, blah, blah. And then next thing you know, this big fight happens, and
I don't even the tapping, like ha ha ha. Nah. Chill.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video and of course want to do some great things for me, hit that like button, man. It really helps my channel. Really helps boost it. Felicie, I appreciate you for coming on today.
Thank you so much for having me every time. Thank you.
For sure. And guys, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Again, Chisha Zed and friends. New episode. Until next time, we're out. Peace.